In the year 2145, humanity had reached unprecedented heights in technological advancement. Cities rose high into the clouds, powered by renewable energy and interconnected through vast networks of artificial intelligence. However, beneath the surface of this glossy utopia lay a grim reality. Nature had suffered tremendously. Ecosystems were in decline, and humanity's dependence on technology had bred a pervasive sense of isolation and disconnection. Relationships became superficial, and the very essence of human experience was reduced to mere data points. It was during this time of illusionary prosperity that the founders returned. Ancient beings of immense power and wisdom, they had once sowed the seeds of humanity eons ago, guiding early civilizations through their formative stages. The founders had watched from afar as their creation evolved, initially thriving, but gradually becoming entangled in the web of its own technological constructs. Disappointment rippled through their ranks as they witnessed humanity's reckless pursuit of progress, a quest that had led to moral decay and environmental devastation. In a swirling vortex of cosmic energy, the founders materialized above Earth, their ethereal forms casting a radiant glow across the planet. Humanity, caught in its daily routines, initially dismissed the occurrence as a mere atmospheric anomaly. But when their presence became undeniable, panic and awe swept through the global populace. News networks broadcast live images of the founders, whose voices resonated in the minds of all, bypassing language barriers and spoken words. Children of Earth, they proclaimed, their voices echoing with ancient authority. We come to you not as creators, but as guardians. We have watched your journey, and we are dismayed. You stand at a precipice, your existence corrupted by the very technologies you have created. You now face a dire choice: regress to a simpler existence or face annihilation. The implications of their message sent shockwaves through society. Governments convened emergency sessions. Scientists and ethicists debated the morality of regression, and citizens found themselves grappling with fear, anger, and confusion. What did regression mean? Would it mean abandoning the comforts that had defined their lives? Would they lose their identities, their progress, and their connections? As the founders hovered above, they awaited humanity's decision, their ethereal forms shimmering with anticipation. They understood the magnitude of their offer. It was not merely a choice between two paths, but a reckoning with the essence of what it meant to be human. In these tense moments, the future of humanity hung in the balance, and the struggle for survival took on a new dimension, one that would force individuals to confront their values, beliefs, and the very fabric of their society amid the turmoil. Key figures emerged, each embodying the diverse perspectives of humanity. Dr. Eliana Reyes, a prominent environmental scientist, had dedicated her life to reversing the damage inflicted upon the planet. She had witnessed firsthand the devastation caused by climate change and technological overreach. As the founders delivered their message, she felt a flicker of hope. "This could be our chance," she murmured, envisioning a world where nature and humanity could coexist harmoniously once again. In stark contrast stood Marcus Chen, a tech mogul and staunch advocate for progress. He had built his fortune on the very technologies that the founders condemned. Regression is a backward step, he argued passionately during a televised news conference. We can innovate to solve our problems. We don't need to abandon our advancements. We need to refine them. Marcus epitomized the allure of technology, believing that it was humanity's path to transcendence, not destruction. Another pivotal character was Sophia, a young woman who had grown up in the digital age, immersed in virtual realities and social media. Torn between her attachment to technology and her innate desire for deeper connections, she found herself struggling to reconcile the founders' ultimatum with her experiences. What does it mean to be human without our devices? She questioned. Voicing the fears of her generation, as the debate raged, these characters and others like them became symbols of the broader societal conflict. Their differing viewpoints encapsulated the struggle within humanity itself, a struggle between the comforts of technology and the primal need for connection with nature and one another. Each character faced their own dilemmas, reflecting the complexity of the choices humanity had to make in the face of the Founders' ultimatum. The atmosphere was charged with tension as humanity grappled with the Founders' ultimatum. Dr. Eliana Reyes organized a global summit inviting scientists, ethicists, and leaders from around the world to discuss the implications of the Founders' offer. We must understand the true cost of our technological advancements, she urged, her voice resonating with urgency. We have the opportunity to rebuild our relationship with the Earth, to create a sustainable future. However, Marcus Chen vehemently opposed her stance, rallying a coalition of technocrats and corporate leaders. We cannot allow fear to dictate our path, he contended. Regression is a surrender to our failures. We must innovate, not retreat. Technology is the only way to elevate humanity. His words ignited passion among those who had prospered in the digital age, creating a divide that threatened to fracture society further. As the summit unfolded, Sophia found herself torn between the two factions. She listened to the impassioned arguments, struggling to reconcile her love for technology with the profound sense of disconnection it had wrought in her life. What if we could find a middle ground? She proposed during a breakout session, her voice trembling yet hopeful. What if we could integrate technology in a way that supports a more connected, sustainable existence? Her suggestion, however, was met with skepticism and scorn from both sides. The growing rift escalated into a global divide, with protests erupting in cities around the world. Some people rallied for regression, advocating for a return to simpler living, while others defended their right to progress. As tensions flared, violence broke out in some areas, with clashes between opposing groups leaving cities in turmoil. The Founders observed from above, their ethereal forms shimmering with concern. They had hoped for a peaceful resolution, but the escalating conflict threatened to undermine their mission. As humanity's divisions deepened, the Founders decided to intervene, offering a demonstration of their power to illustrate the potential consequences of their choice. They unleashed a series of catastrophic natural event storms, earthquakes, and floods, reminding humanity of nature's fury and the fragility of their existence. As the chaos unfolded, individuals from both sides began to realize the stakes at hand. The choice was not merely about technology versus nature. It was about survival itself. The Founders' ultimatum became a catalyst for reflection as the world stood on the brink of destruction, forcing humanity to confront its values and priorities. Would they choose to unite in the face of adversity or allow their divisions to lead them to annihilation? The clock was ticking, and the future of humanity hung in the balance. As the primary conflict unfolded, several subplots emerged, adding depth to the narrative and illuminating the diverse experiences of humanity. One significant subplot revolved around Eliana and her estranged father, a retired engineer who had dedicated his life to advancing technology. Their relationship had soured over the years due to her environmental activism and his unwavering belief in progress. When the Founders issued their ultimatum, their differing views reignited old wounds. Eliana sought her father's support for the regression movement, but he vehemently opposed her stance. This personal conflict mirrored the larger societal divide and highlighted the struggle between tradition and innovation. Meanwhile, Sophia's journey took on a different trajectory. As a digital native, she felt suffocated by the technological landscape, but was also afraid of losing the connections she had forged online. Her subplot explored her quest for identity in a world dominated by screens and virtual interactions. Torn between her desire for real, meaningful relationships and her dependence on technology, Sophia began to organize grassroots initiatives to promote face-to-face interactions among her peers, hoping to bridge the gap between the two worlds. Another subplot involved Marcus Chen, who faced a moral crisis. As protests erupted and violence escalated, he witnessed the consequences of his relentless pursuit of progress. His ambition had blinded him to the suffering caused by technological inequality. When a personal tragedy struck his younger sister, a staunch advocate for environmental reform, was injured during a protest, Marcus began to question his beliefs. This internal conflict forced him to reevaluate his priorities and consider a new path that balanced technological advancement with genuine concern for humanity's well-being. These subplots intertwined with the central conflict, revealing the complexities of human relationships and the varying perspectives on technology and nature, ultimately enriching the narrative and deepening the stakes for all involved. The turning point came during a pivotal moment at the global summit organized by Dr. Eliana Reyes. As discussions reached a fever pitch, tensions between the opposing factions threatened to spiral out of control. Eliana had managed to bring together a diverse group of leaders, scientists, and activists, but as the arguments intensified, it became clear that unity was elusive. Marcus Chen, representing the technocrats, stood in front of the assembly, passionately defending his views. Progress is not the enemy, he declared, his voice ringing with conviction. We have the tools to solve our problems. Regression is a death sentence for innovation. We must push forward, not backward. His words ignited a furious response from the environmentalists, who shouted him down. Citing the devastation wrought by technology amid the chaos, Sophia felt a surge of determination. She had been quietly observing the escalating conflict, but now she stood up, her heart racing. What if we don't have to choose one side over the other? She implored. What if we can create a new path that honors both our technological advancements and the need to reconnect with nature? We can innovate responsibly. Her plea fell on deaf ears initially, but then something unexpected happened. A sudden and powerful earthquake shook the venue, causing panic to erupt. Dust and debris fell from the ceiling as people scrambled for safety. In that moment of chaos, the founders appeared once again, casting a majestic glow over the terrified crowd. Their presence commanded silence, and the room fell still. Children of Earth, they intoned, their voices resonating with authority. This is the consequence of your discord. Your divisions have brought forth chaos. You must unite to survive. The founders' demonstration of power served as a stark reminder of the stakes involved. The earthquake, followed by a series of other natural disasters, forced the attendees to confront the reality of their choices. In that moment, a sense of clarity washed over the assembly. The earthquake acted as a catalyst, prompting individuals from both sides to reflect on their values and priorities. As they regained their composure, conversations shifted from angry debates to collaborative discussions. The turning point had arrived, igniting a glimmer of hope that unity was possible, even amidst their differences. The aftermath of the earthquake and the founders' intervention sent shockwaves through society, altering the landscape of the conflict. In the days that followed, the world was abuzz with discussions about the founders' ultimatum and the need for a unified response. The immediate consequence was a palpable shift in public sentiment. Many began to reconsider their positions on regression versus progress. Eliana emerged as a leading voice for a balanced approach, advocating for responsible technological innovation that prioritized environmental sustainability. We have a unique opportunity to redefine our existence, she urged during a press conference. Let's not view this as an ultimatum, but as a chance to innovate for the betterment of all. Her perspective resonated with citizens who had previously felt alienated by the extreme positions taken by both sides. Marcus Chen, grappling with the personal tragedy of his sister's injury, underwent a profound transformation. He publicly acknowledged the harm caused by unchecked technological advancement and expressed a willingness to collaborate with environmentalists. "We must innovate with purpose," he stated, his voice filled with sincerity. "I will use my resources to support sustainable technologies that benefit both society and the planet." His change of heart garnered widespread attention, inspiring others in the tech community to reassess their priorities. Sophia's grassroots initiatives began to gain momentum as young people rallied around her call for meaningful connections. She organized community events that encouraged face-to-face interactions, bridging the gap between the digital and physical worlds. As these initiatives flourished, they sparked a movement that emphasized the importance of human relationships, regardless of technological advancements. As humanity began to unite in response to the founders' challenge, the atmosphere shifted from one of fear and division to a sense of collective responsibility. The stakes were still high, but the newfound determination to work together laid the groundwork for a more sustainable future. The consequences of their choices were becoming clearer, and humanity stood at a crossroads, ready to redefine its existence in the face of the ancient beings who had once seeded their world. In the wake of the founders' ultimatum and the subsequent earthquake, a profound transformation began to take hold among humanity. The initial shock of the event forced individuals and communities to confront their past choices and envision a different future. Dr. Eliana Reyes emerged as a beacon of hope, rallying diverse groups to focus on collective healing rather than division. "We've been given a second chance," she emphasized during community meetings, inspiring others to embrace the opportunity to redefine their relationship with technology and nature. Eliana's leadership fostered a collaborative spirit. She organized workshops where scientists, technologists, and environmentalists could share ideas and solutions. These gatherings allowed participants to voice their concerns and aspirations in a safe space, bridging the gap between opposing viewpoints. As people began to engage in dialogues, the complexities of their differing beliefs became clearer. Many who once viewed regression as a loss now recognized it as a path toward sustainability and balance. Meanwhile, Marcus Chen's transformation played a crucial role in this process. No longer the staunch advocate for unrestrained progress, he leveraged his resources and influence to support initiatives focused on sustainable technologies. By investing in green energy projects and partnering with environmental organizations, Marcus demonstrated that progress need not be at odds with ecological preservation. His journey from a profit-driven entrepreneur to a responsible innovator inspired others in the tech sector to follow suit, creating a ripple effect of change. Sophia, too, found her voice amid this evolution. Her grassroots initiatives gained traction, attracting young people who sought genuine connections beyond the digital realm. She organized community events that integrated technology in ways that emphasized face-to-face interactions, like outdoor festivals celebrating local culture, where people could share stories and experiences. These gatherings nourished a sense of belonging and re-established the importance of human relationships. As the weeks passed, the collective resolve of humanity began to solidify. Communities, once fragmented, united in their commitment to create a more balanced existence. The founders observed this growth with a sense of hope, recognizing that their intervention had sparked a movement towards healing and understanding. Individuals were no longer merely reacting to threats. They were actively engaged in shaping a future that honored both their technological achievements and their connection to the Earth. The journey toward overcoming their past mistakes had begun, laying the foundation for a new chapter in human history. As the movement toward unity gained momentum, the founders prepared to give humanity one final opportunity to demonstrate their commitment to change. They announced a global summit, inviting representatives from all factions, including environmentalists, technologists, and everyday citizens, to present their collective vision for the future. This summit would serve as a platform for dialogue and collaboration, culminating in a definitive proposal that would either convince the founders of humanity's resolve or seal their fate. Dr. Eliana Reyes took charge of organizing the summit, knowing that the stakes had never been higher. She gathered a diverse team of advisors, ensuring that every perspective was represented. "This is our moment," she declared during a preparatory meeting. "We must show the founders that we can come together to forge a sustainable path forward. Our proposal must reflect our commitment to balance." In the weeks leading up to the summit, Eliana and her team worked tirelessly. They held brainstorming sessions to refine their vision, focusing on integrating sustainable practices with technological innovation. Marcus Chen, now a key ally, contributed by outlining potential advancements in green technology, demonstrating how innovation could coexist with ecological responsibility. His presence lent credibility to the initiative, drawing in those who had previously resisted the idea of regression. Simultaneously, Sophia rallied young people across the globe to participate actively in the summit. She utilized social media to encourage discussions around what a balanced future might look like, igniting passion among her peers. "This is not just about saving the planet. It's about creating a life worth living," she proclaimed during a live stream, her enthusiasm infectious on the eve of the summit. Eliana and her team finalized their proposal, which included actionable steps toward sustainable living, a commitment to reduce reliance on harmful technologies, and a plan for ongoing collaboration between technologists and environmentalists. They aimed to present a united front, showcasing humanity's potential for growth and resilience. As the day of the summit dawned, excitement and anxiety filled the air. Delegates gathered in a grand hall, transformed into a symbol of hope. The founders arrived, their luminous forms casting a serene light over the assembly. Humanity was prepared to make its case, but they knew that the outcome would hinge not only on their proposal, but also on their ability to demonstrate genuine growth and commitment to a shared future. The moment of reckoning was at hand, and the world held its breath. The global summit commenced with palpable tension as representatives from all factions gathered to present their united vision for the future. Dr. Eliana Reyes opened the proceedings, her voice steady as she addressed the assembly. "Today, we stand before you, not as divided factions, but as a collective seeking redemption. We recognize the mistakes of our past and the urgent need for change. We are here to demonstrate our commitment to a sustainable coexistence." As she laid out the proposal, the room buzzed with anticipation. Eliana detailed actionable steps, a commitment to renewable energy sources, initiatives for rewilding urban environments, and a framework for ethical technological development. She emphasized the need for ongoing dialogue and collaboration, inviting input from all attendees. "This is not just a plan. It's a promise to our planet and to ourselves," she declared, her eyes scanning the crowd. Marcus Chen followed, presenting innovative technological solutions that aligned with the goals of sustainability. "We can create new technologies that enhance our lives without compromising the well-being of our planet," he asserted, sharing plans for eco-friendly infrastructure and advancements in clean energy. His words resonated with many, showcasing the potential for a harmonious relationship between nature and technology. As the delegates presented their ideas, a sense of hope filled the hall. Even the skeptics began to nod in agreement, recognizing the sincerity of their fellow representatives. Then, Sophia took the stage. She spoke passionately about the importance of human connection, emphasizing that the path forward required more than just policies. It needed a cultural shift. We must remember that our relationships with one another and with nature are the foundation of our existence, she urged, her voice unwavering, just as the atmosphere began to shift toward optimism. The founders intervened, their ethereal presence commanding attention. "Your words are commendable," they proclaimed, their voices harmonizing like a celestial choir. "But actions speak louder than promises. To prove your sincerity, you must demonstrate your commitment today in an unexpected twist. The founders initiated a series of challenges that would test humanity's resolve. They summoned representatives to participate in hands-on projects, ranging from restoring a damaged ecosystem to creating sustainable technologies on site. The founders would observe humanity's dedication to the principles they had espoused. As the challenges unfolded, the delegates faced physical and emotional hurdles, pushing them to work together in unprecedented ways. The culmination of the summit became a test not only of ideas but of humanity's capacity for collaboration and genuine change. With the founders watching, the participants dug deep, realizing that the outcome hinged on their willingness to unite in the face of adversity. The climax of their journey had arrived, and the fate of humanity rested on their collective shoulders. As the summit concluded, humanity emerged with a renewed sense of purpose and unity. The challenges imposed by the founders had not only tested their resolve but had also solidified their commitment to a sustainable future. By fostering collaboration between technology and nature, they had taken the first steps toward healing the rift that had long divided them. The choice to adapt and grow became a beacon of hope, illuminating the path forward. With the founders' approval, humanity was ready to embrace a new era, one where technology served as a tool for connection rather than a barrier to it. In the years that followed, the world transformed. Communities adopted sustainable practices, integrating technology with environmental stewardship. Dr. Eliana Reyes became a leading figure in global environmental policy, advocating for responsible innovation. Marcus Chen's company pioneered green technologies, demonstrating that progress and preservation could coexist. Sophia's grassroots movements blossomed into international campaigns, fostering genuine connections among people. The founders, though still present, stepped back, observing with pride the evolution of their creation. Humanity had learned not only to survive but to thrive, finding strength in unity and purpose, forever changed by the choices they had made in the face of adversity. As we stand on the brink of our own technological advancements, let us remember the lessons learned from the Founders' Challenge. We have the power to shape our future by prioritizing sustainability and human connection. Engage in conversations about responsible technological use, advocate for policies that protect our planet, and foster relationships that transcend screens. Together, we can create a world where innovation complements our natural environment rather than depletes it. Join local initiatives, support sustainable businesses, and inspire others to reflect on their choices. Let's unite to build a future that honors both our achievements and our responsibility to the Earth.